This video is brought to you by BasketBashersDiscGolf.com. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my review of the MVP Discs Relativity. Big thank you to Basket Bashers for sponsoring this review. I appreciate them hooking me up with great plastic to test and review. I also have the Axiom Pro Basket review coming up soon, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. So far, seems like a great bucket. On to the review of the Relativity. This one's in neutron plastic. Slightly translucent neutron, as you can see. What's the weight on this guy? I don't even know. 172 grams. So this is a high-speed, wide rim, high-speed distance driver for sure. You see here, it's got a little bit of a rounded dome to it. Doesn't really, it pops a little bit, but it's definitely got a pronounced rounded top to it, I think. And a very wide rim. The rim itself, the gyro rim, is also quite substantial, as you can see there. Looking at the rim profile, it's pretty low profile in general. It's not super deep. If you have small hands, this could be an issue for you on this disc because it's definitely a pretty wide rim. It's not super deep to get a great grip on it. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care for the feel of this disc in the hand. I'm not a big fan of the super wide rim feel like this particular disc. Something about it, it's just kind of sharp, kind of wide, and I just don't really care for it. It's not bad, and I can throw almost any driver. It's never really that big of an issue for me in terms of feel, but I will be honest, I don't particularly care for the feel of this disc in the hand personally. Your mileage may vary, but yeah, you can see it's relatively wide, relatively sharp feel in the hand. Let's throw it up next to, this is a Z Nuke SS. I have it laying around, so I figured I'd throw it up next to it just for a quick comparison. You can see any differences there. Let's do like a little side-by-side like this as well. Actually, relatively similar width to the rim, I would say. And the MVP may be a touch sharper. Interesting little side-by-side. Neutron plastic is great though. Good feel in the hand. I dig it. I like the look of these discs. They're very clean. I like the classic MVP look with the black rim. Nice bright interior portion. It's a good looking disc for sure. Let's talk about the flight of this thing. There is big distance capability in this disc for sure. You have to have, I don't want to say you have to have some arm to really get a lot of distance out of it, but it is fast enough that you do kind of need to lay into it to get it to stand up and go. It's not like a super flippy disc by any means as far as I'm concerned. And I've even had my buddy Andy, who has considerably more power than me, throw it, and he got a huge distance flight out of it. He threw it on a little hyzer, and he didn't really try to mash it too hard. But if you get it to stand up and start turning, it's going to go for a long way. Definitely some sneaky distance capability on this disc for sure. I don't recommend it for beginners. It's too fast for you guys. For me, kind of middle of the road arm speed to the lower side of arm speed, I have to commit to throwing this thing to get distance out of it. If I just try to finesse it or fluff it, it doesn't really work very well for me at all. Something that I need to throw strong and concentrate on getting a nice snap and acceleration on the release of this thing. If I do that, it definitely stands up and will carry for a long way and has good glide. It's a relatively smooth and overall straight flying disc for me. Has some finish at the end of the flight just due to that high-speed nature to it. You're never going to really see a disc this fast that'll just finish dead straight with no fade. It definitely tends to hook up a little bit at the end of the flight depending on the release angle and your power and all that kind of stuff. I could see this being a great big bomb turnover disc for somebody who has a lot of power for big open field distance. For me, it's something I can throw a little hyzer to mostly flat, get it to ride right a ways, hook up at the end of the flight, and overall fly straight with good distance. But yeah, the distance potential is there, but you have to have a little bit of an arm to get this thing to stand up and fly, at least this particular one that I tested. That's my review on the Relativity. Thanks so much to you guys for watching. I'll check you all later. Cheers.